you're one of those people that says, Catherine, we want more space between our houses and we want a bigger lot. Well, I'm so excited today to introduce to you a resale community right here in my hometown of Parrish, Florida. You're looking at Twin Rivers. Hey everybody, thanks for hopping on this video today. I'm Catherine Newman. And for many of you, if you've seen this channel before, you know I'm a big cheerleader for buyers looking not only at new construction homes, but resale homes as well. And if you haven't seen this channel before, I really do hope that you will consider subscribing so that you're always alerted when a new video is available, because I think there are some great things about this community, and not just Parrish, Florida, Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota. If you're only seeing channels that just show you the new construction communities, and I do that too. You've seen a lot of new construction communities on my channel. We show you the model houses and, you know, the lots and that sort of thing. And that's all well and good, but there are some great existing communities, even older communities, that you might be missing some really good houses, some really good deals. So I want you to consider resale homes as well. And that is why I'm introducing to you, if you don't know already, a great resale community right here in my hometown of Parrish, Florida, and it's Twin Rivers. And I know what you're thinking, Catherine, on new construction homes, the builders are offering lots and lots of great incentives, giving us some moolah to help get in there. And yes, that is true. But guys, you know that resale sellers, they understand now, or I hope it's beginning to dawn on them, that they have to be competitive with the new construction builders in these communities, whether it's Parrish or Lakewood Ranch or Bradenton or Sarasota. They know they have to compete. So they too are offering some great incentives. I've seen resale sellers drop the price so that it's more competitive than what you're getting in new construction. I've seen resale sellers offering to pay for some closing costs, for a buy down. So there are some advantages, of course, to resale homes, even if it appears that the builders are just going to basically pay you to move in, because they're not. So don't discount resale homes if you're in the market to buy here. And remember, since Milton last year, I would say pretty much every house, not every house, obviously, but a lot of the homes in these resale communities, these existing older communities in some cases, they had to have new roofs. So if you're looking to buy something and you're checking out some resale, of course, you've got to make sure that roof is newer or new. You need to make sure, of course, that that HVAC is newer. Need to make sure the hot water heater is newer. So you're going to be looking at those mechanical things in the roof, of course. But I'm telling you guys, there are some great advantages, and I always share it on this channel, to these resale homes. What are the advantages? Well, I'm going to tell you. Have you been in any of the new communities, the new construction communities lately? Well, if you have, you've seen the houses are this close together for the most part, unless you got big dollar and you're buying a big dollar house. But if you're not, the houses in all of the new communities are pretty close together. It's typical that they're building on 40-foot wide, 50, 60. There are a few that are larger than that. But again, those are more your high dollar homes here in Parrish and in Lakewood Ranch, everywhere for the most part. So if you're looking for something that does have more space between your neighbors, then a resale home in an existing community is a good option. And of course, that's if they have those new mechanicals and a newer roof, which is going to keep your homeowner's insurance a lot less. So that is why today I really am excited to show you Twin Rivers. My parents live in Twin Rivers. I love this community. It's a few minutes down the road from me. It is a beautiful community, and really one of the only communities, there's a few but not many in Parrish, that have large lots. Not just larger lots. Where I live, we do have larger lots, maybe a quarter of an acre, a little bit larger. But in Twin Rivers, you are going to find homes that are on half acre, even some acre lots there. And so I really want to introduce this to those of you that say, we want a larger lot for Parrish, Florida. So let's jump into why this community is really quite unique. And I think you're going to find the homes and the lots there really desirable. I want to share it with you because I think it's something you should consider if you're looking for a large lot subdivision. Let's go. So let me give you a little overview of Twin Rivers. It is a master planned single family home community in my hometown of Parrish, Florida, zip code 34219. It does span about 1,800 acres. Can you believe that? And that included farmland and pastures. There were these oak hammocks, and of course there's wetlands there. Now, some of this acreage is preserved and left in its more natural state for those of you that really love that quintessential Florida look. The 1,800 acres lands between two water features, the Manatee River and Gamble Creek. And it was such a desirable community that even the legendary Terry Bradshaw, Go Steelers, lived in Twin Rivers a few years ago.
Last chance for the Steelers. Bradshaw trying to get away. And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over.
So here's an overall view of the map. You can see how it's laid out. This here, over on the left, is Interstate I-75. And of course, this here is the Manatee River. You can kind of see how its tributaries end up. This is Twin Rivers. This is Gamble Creek that I talked about. This is the Manatee River. And of course, this is the Fort Hamer Bridge. And then you're going to see Highway 301. And then you'll see State Road, County Road 675 over here. And North Rye Ranch Boulevard, Rye Boulevard, whatever it's called, over here on the right. So this is kind of how it lays out on the map. So you can see you're not really that far from the interstate. A lot of us take the Fort Hamer Bridge to get to the interstate. If we're going south on Interstate 75, we'll come down here to State Road 64 and pick it up here. Or if you want to go north, then sometimes we take Fort Hamer over to Moccasin Wallow. Or, of course, you can take Highway 301 and bring it over here to 75. Here's the overall map of Twin Rivers when they were building it. Again, there's a few lots left in here, but you're going to see how many beautiful waterfront properties they have in this community. This section right here is the older section, built between 2003 up to about, I'd say about 2017, 18. Again, there's some newer ones in there on some lots that were still left over, but this here is the newer section where most of the homes were built after 2017 up to today. Now, I already said that all of the homes there are single family homes with large lots, anywhere from a half an acre up to an acre in between as well. And of course, they do have that old Florida feel. Now, the floor plans are going to range anywhere from 2 bedrooms on up to 6 or 7 bedrooms, anywhere from just under 2,000 square feet. And some of them, as you'll see in these pictures, are up to 6,000 square feet. Now, many of these homes were built by either custom builders or semi-custom builders. And I think that makes them better quality for the most part. And they also allowed on certain lots, if you had one of the bigger lots, they did allow you to even build an extra room on the house, maybe an extra detached garage with a living space. And you'll see that in these pictures. Boy, I tell you, my son would be in seventh heaven if he had one of these houses where he can have an extra garage on the property. And if you're wondering why my son would love that, because he is a custom motorcycle builder, and he's been winning all these shows with his motorcycle builds. If you're curious about that, if any of you are into motorcycle builds and you want to see some custom bikes, he won at Daytona for for his foreign bike. He won up at the St. Pete Bike Fest not long ago. Won the best bike overall. So check out his channel here. I know I'm putting a little plug in for him because I'm proud of him. But anyway, and a lot of people in Twin Rivers own a motorcycle, and they can put it in those extra garages that you're allowed to build if you have a big enough space on your lot. So other than their really big lots, the allure of Twin Rivers for most people is that they offer a mix of recreational and nature, which everybody loves, and low density living. Now, if you love the outdoors, you're going to have, of course, like we said, nature, lots of nature over there. There's hiking, there's trails, and of course, there's wetland areas, preserved areas, mature oaks, natural foliage, and of course, places where you can go fishing. Now, if you go in the back and you go to the river, there is a private ramp. If you want to take your boat, you want to kayak, you want to canoe, and of course, again, if you want to go back there and just go fishing. Now, for recreational amenities, there's not a lot in this community. They do have a playground for kids. There's a basketball court and soccer field. I believe there's volleyball. And so there's some really great amenities, but you're not having to pay for those, and I'll tell you in a second. There's also a picnic pavilion. There's outdoor space for meeting. They have HOA events in that space where there's a pavilion. And of course, there's an HOA, like we just said, and they're going to maintain the common areas, the trails, and those few amenities that there are in this community because, drum roll, there's no CDD fee in Twin Rivers, which makes it a big draw for people. You're going to get a big lot, probably a bigger house, and you're going to get a no CDD community. And the HOAs, well, they're different depending on the size of the lot and when you bought your house in Twin Rivers. They're going to start anywhere from about $110 a month, and some of them go up a little bit. I do believe there's an HOA and then a master association fee, but it's going to vary again per lot and when that home was built. So when you're here with me and we're looking at Twin Rivers, we're going to know exactly what the HOA fee is for the specific homes that we go see. But again, remember, there is no community development district fee. So no CDD, people, and that's a reason why a lot of people really like living in Twin Rivers. And of course, you're wondering, how much does it cost to live in Twin Rivers? Well, homes that are for sale in Twin Rivers right now, we're going to go over in a little bit, they generally start around the $500,000 range. Some of those can be 2 bedrooms. We'll talk about that in a second. And they go up from there as far as bedrooms and square footage. Now, the higher end is state homes. Maybe they have a water view. Maybe they have an extra building. Maybe they have more square footage and that sort of thing. And they have a lot of custom features. Well, they're going to cost significantly more, up into about the mid-range of $1.1 million, $1.2 million. And the community has actually been under development since about 2003. And there's still a few little lots left there. So if you think about it, there are homes that date back to 2003 and they go on up to now. So you're going to find homes in different age ranges. Again, I think that there's something to say about a community. If you drive in it and you see that the oldest homes still look as amazing as the newer homes. And I'm not saying that every house in Twin Rivers is just, dazzling. Some of them need a little work on the outside. Some of them need some work on the inside. But I'm going to show you when we go over to look at what's available in the MLS that most of those homes, they have been updated. And so I think sellers are getting much more savvy about having their homes a little more presentable, updated, upgraded before they put it on the market, or they are pricing them to get rid of so that you can come in and customize it yourself. Whew. Sorry, it is hot in this house. Menopause doesn't help either. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Somebody turn the air up. And you're going to see as we drive through the community, there is the front section, which is close to Golf Course Road. And then there's a further back section, which is close to that Mulholland. It doesn't quite go through yet to Mulholland Road. But I will say that the homes in the front section, those are the homes that were built pretty much between 2003 in 2016. Again, there are some newer ones in there where some lots that were still available, but that's kind of the average. And then as you go towards the back of the community, like you're going to see, those are pretty much newer, I'd say from 2016 until now, and still a few lots in there as well. And again, I always encourage people, drive through a community, even new construction communities, and look at how it still appears. Are the yards maintained? Are there cars parked all over the place? When you drive into Twin Rivers, of course, it's going to have a different feel because I'm telling you, the lots are so spacious and the homes are quite different. But you are going to feel that luxury kind of feeling as you drive through the community because it is so well maintained after all of these years. I mean, it's over 20 years old for the most part. After all of these years, still really, really well maintained for not having a CDD fee, which means if you are looking for a clubhouse and a big community pool and a activities lifestyle director, and you're looking for a workout room and pickleball and all of that sort of thing, you will not find it at Twin Rivers because they don't have all of that sort of thing. And maybe you can join some of the other Parrish areas that do offer those amenities like pickleball, tennis, if you're looking. And of course, there's all kinds of new gyms around here. I mean, all kinds of fitness places if you want to join that, but you won't get it in Twin Rivers. But you're also not paying for it, especially if you don't use that stuff. You're not paying for it. So let's talk about the pros of Twin Rivers. Again, it's very good if you like nature and you want your privacy. Maybe you want water access for your boat or your canoe. And of course, you want large lots. They have the strong outdoor amenities, trails, water, lots of space between the neighbors. We've already said all of those things. Again, another pro is no CDD fee. So, of course, there's fewer extra costs beyond that HOA that's monthly, and it's really not that high. And, of course, another pro is it's close enough to major corridors, I-75, shopping at the Ellenton outlets. There's dining. The beaches are about 45 to 50 minutes away, and of course 301, and of course North River Ranch. Now, some things you might want to consider, I'm not really calling it a con, but because the homes are very large and usually on big lots with natural surroundings, well, the maintenance of the yards, that's going to be a lot more involved for you. So most people out there do hire people to maintain their lawns. So again, I don't see those as cons. I really just see them as things for you to consider because you might have a different lifestyle. You really might want to be in a golfing community or pickleball or tennis, or you don't care about how close the houses are together. You're looking for just a big community where everybody's involved in everybody's life. If that's you, then Twin Rivers might not be your spot. And to give you a better idea of what's currently active on the market in Twin Rivers, I'm going to show you what's active, the homes that are pending, the homes that are sold, give you an idea of the range, again, of prices, of square footage, how many bedrooms, that sort of thing. And I want to show you a few charts that's going to give you an idea of how Twin Rivers is performing in sales compared to this time last year. And we are in the month of September 2025. So let's go over to the computer and check things out. So as of 9/11/2025, you'll see here for the active amount of homes that are listed right now in Twin Rivers, there are 18 single-family homes. And if we summarize what's going on with the listings that are right now in Twin Rivers, we'll see that there's a minimum of 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's built in 2004. That one's priced at $463,900. And then we'll see a maximum of 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom. The average year built the most recent 2023 at $1,090,000. So if you look at the median and the average, I always like to go with the median because that takes out the outliers, the lowest and of course the highest. But you'll see here that basically the median bedroom and bath is 4-bedroom, 3-bath. 3-car garage. Mostly these homes do have pools and 3-car garages. The median build here is 2010 with a little over a half an acre. Median square footage, 2,721. and the median price about $790. And these homes have been on the market anywhere from 23 days up to 313 days. Of course, dealing with just depends on the price of the home. And looking at the homes that are currently under contract and pending closing, there are 5 at the moment. And again, if we look at the summary for the pending homes, you'll see the median is about a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage built in about 2010, 2011 on a 0.57 acre lot, just under 2,800 square feet. And the median price is anywhere from $799 to $825. That's under contract now. We'll see where these will sell once they are closed. And of course, looking at the sold homes in the last 180 days, and of course, that's the most important information. This tells you really where prices are. You can see that there were 13 homes sold in the last 180 days. And looking at the median sold, you will see that it's about a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage built in about 2018 is the median age of the home on a 0.56 acre, just under 3,000 square feet, listed at a median price of about $849, right under $850, and selling for about $825 on average, and taking about 104 days to sell in Twin Rivers, which really isn't a long time. Is that a 4? No, I think that's a 606 days to sell in Twin Rivers. And looking at this chart, you're going to see the original price where they had it listed before they started making any decreases in their listing price versus what the home sold for. You'll see from a time period of October 2024 up to today, September 2025, you'll see that for the most part, they did have to lower their prices. The green line is the original price, and the blue is what it's sold for, median again. But for the exception of December, January, March, and May, those months actually the sales price was higher than the original list price. So that's interesting. But you will see here that there are some price decreases happening. I will tell you, if you're wanting to sell your home over the holidays, a lot of people take their homes off the market in the holidays, which I always say is not a great idea because there's people looking, as you can see here in December. People were willing to buy houses and pay more because a lot of people take their homes off the market to avoid the holidays. So you might want to think about that if you want to sell. Give me a ring if you do. And this chart is going to show you the listing price to selling price ratio. If you're curious what people are getting for their homes versus what they listed it for, you'll see that it's still pretty close if they're listing the price properly to begin with. There's no data for April 2025, nothing sold in that month. But if you look here, back in October 2024 was the best time to get a really good deal. And we've seen as of August that people are still getting within 91% of the list price of their home. We don't have data for September yet until we're done with the month. But I will say, if you were thinking that people are taking, huge discounts in Twin Rivers, well, it's just not happening if you see this chart here. So, what do you think about Twin Rivers? I think it's a lovely community. I show in there all the time. I just think that there's such an eclectic collection of houses. They're not all Florida-esque. A lot of them are 2 stories. Again, I shared with you some are coastal, some are Tudorish. I mean, there's just so many different variety of homes in there. It's not all cookie cutter, and I think that's what I like about it the most. I also love that it's very well kept, and of course, who doesn't love a large lot? I do. Who doesn't love a larger space between the neighbors? So if you are looking for a larger lot subdivision with a more semi-custom or even custom home, then Twin Rivers really might be an option for you. I would so be honored to show you some homes in that community, take you around to the ones that fit your budget, fit your criteria. So you got to reach out, let me know what you're looking for. I'd love to share what your journey is like. What is bringing you here? Or maybe you live here already and you're ready to bump up to a bigger house. Maybe your family is growing. It is a great family neighborhood, but there are also a lot of retirees that live in there as well. And if you want to stay up to date on all of these communities, I'm going to be putting out several resale community videos so you can see other communities. Then you got to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can stay up on that. And I will say there's some lovely resale communities. Again, most of these have new roofs, new mechanicals in the house. Again, maybe some of them might need to be updated. A lot of people like to put their own, what do they say on HGTV? I want to put my own stamp on things. I want to put my own stamp on the house. If that's you, that's awesome. I'm a designer. I love to put my own stamp on things too. So make sure you subscribe. And if I can help you with any other questions about these counties, about the markets, about the prices, or about new construction areas, happy to do that. Get a lot of people going to new construction areas. I'd love to chat with you. I'm Catherine Newman. Thanks so much for just checking this out today. I do hope you'll subscribe. I'll see you next time.